Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you the case from PGYTech. This is to hold your DJI Spark and, well, all of this. And probably more if you have more, it just depends on how you want to fit it in here. So basically, this case was an upgrade to a blue one that I had earlier, and this one is supposed to hold quite a bit more. So right off the bat, we have holes on either side that are used for padlocking. It's got a pressure relief valve right here, sturdy handle, nice sort of smooth outer cover, and very heavy duty latches which you have to push down and pull out. And they latch in pretty good too. So let's take a look at how we're going to fit everything from here into here. And this is great. It's very dense. The only downside I felt was that there seems to be some play in it. I can fix that, but we'll do that another time. And this foam in the back has 2 strips of tape. Didn't seem to hold super well from the factory, so I'll have to do something with that too. But let's get into how this all is going to go in. And it will all fit, by the way, comfortably. So first we're going to start with, I can't grab anything today. Down here in the bottom is a little pit where hand guards would normally go. That's where I'm going to put my OTG cable. It's right down in there. Okay. Next, down here would have been spare props. Well, unfortunately my spare props actually aren't going to fit there, so I'm going to take my spare props instead and put them in this front slot right here. Just like that. What is going to go down in this slot here, however, is my useless, or currently useless I guess, sun hood. So seeing as I never really use it, I'm going to put it as far out of the way as possible, and I decided that down here in this little slot would be perfect. Just like that. And he isn't going to bother me for a while. On top of that was a heavy-duty block of foam that sat in here like this. Well, don't need it because I have the charging dock. Put it face down because of the pins. Goes right in like that. Next on top is going to be the Spark with the protective gimbal cover, which for this case really isn't necessary, but I feel that it should not be bouncing around more than necessary. I should also point out that I have 3 batteries. I bought 1 extra. There's only 2 slots for batteries. We're going to take 1 battery, put them in, and it's going to set right on top, just like this. The props don't sit down below the surface, so you need to make sure that when you close the case, nothing is sticking out, either on that side or either of these 2. Bring this in a little closer here. So just fold them in, make sure they're like this. These are totally square, so it doesn't matter which direction you put the batteries. I'm going to put mine like this and like that. Next we have the charger brick. That's going to go down in this slot, and that is almost exactly the right size. Be careful you don't do what I've been doing, and I put it in my other case wrong, and I've started to kink down here. So just make sure that you do it this direction so the cable's coming out at the bottom, so you're not doing a hard kink like this, you're doing a long soft curve. And he just sets in like that. Next is going to be this slot right here, and this is going to hold my Nexus 6P. This is going to go in here with the lens facing the front and the power buttons facing up so they don't accidentally get turned on while it's sitting in the case. This is just, you can tell right here it's getting a little tight. This is about the maximum width you're going to want for a cell phone. And this is 6 1/4 inches long, or well, wide I guess. And it fits very nicely right into here. Next we have the charging cable for the, the power cable for the charging brick, And that actually, since there was no good place to put it, is going to span these two compartments like that. I know that's not how it was meant, but that's how I've decided to get it in so far. Next, we have the remote. It's a simple drop in. There's about 1/4 inch on either side, so your thumbsticks are well protected. Nothing's rubbing on the face if you have the, well, Mavic controller doesn't pair to the Spark, so I guess that's a null point. But it fits in here nicely, nothing's sticking up too much, so it's not going to get crushed by the foam when the lid closes. Next we have prop guards, which did not fit in my previous case. To put these in, close the clasps on them, and instead of doing this, where you notice they all set end to end, offset them like this just a little bit and alternate. Okay, just like that, and they will fit in. They're no higher than the top of the Spark, so they're not going to get crushed when the lid closes. Next we have the landing gear. I'm going to pair them like that, just kind of hook them inside each other and drop them along the sides. Just like this, and drop them in there. And that all fits in with all my accessories in one slot. Now there are two things that I'm going to add to this, which really aren't necessary. Well, at least one of them isn't. First is my little cheat sheet here, which has my drone's, or my Spark's serial number and Wi-Fi password, so I don't have to sit here and memorize it or something. I can just pull out my little cheat sheet, and I put packing tape on it so it's laminated. It's pretty good. It's going to go right in here with the spare props. Very important thing you need next: silica gel. So some of you may have been out in not so much pouring rain, but a drizzle. Well, your Spark gets wet. Let's say you do your due diligence and you pat it dry. You take a microfiber cloth. You've tried to get all the water out of the little cracks and crevices that you could find. Guaranteed you did not get it all. This will help absorb any moisture while it's sitting in your case. Remember, this is an airtight and watertight case, so whatever's in here is going to stay in here. You want to get as much of that moisture absorbed as possible throughout anything that's in here, really. You can't hurt anything by putting silica gel in. In fact, all you can do is help. So you want this basically as close as you can get to your Spark. You can tell this is one that's about the size of a battery here. I'll show you by pulling one out. This one's fairly small. So what we're going to do is we're literally going to put it as close to the source of water as possible, which should really only be the Spark, because I don't know why you take your remote out in the rain too, but drop it in. And that's all you need. So, this case, this is one beast of a case. I would definitely recommend getting one of these. Depending on where you get it, they can be anywhere from $70 to $125, maybe more. So it all depends on where you want to get it. I would suggest buying yours through DJI, where I got mine for $70 plus tax and all that stuff. I think it came out to about $85. So this is definitely a case I would recommend, and it holds pretty much everything that you're ever going to need for the Spark. And it's all in there, safe and sound. Hope you guys liked the video. Let me know if you'd like me to review something else for you. Maybe you want to send me something, I'll review that as well. Hit like, subscribe, share most of all, and I will see you guys in the next video.